Hello again, everyone. This is Gilmer, and this is episode 4, I believe, of my Let's Play Grand Campaign of War in the East. I'm playing the Soviets, and it's turn 2. It's my turn, and somebody was asking or pointing out, the manual says about moving factories that, if you're in F2 mode and then click on the city, you can move it. And I had read it was on turn 2, but as you can see, I am in F2 mode and I'm clicking on a city, and we do not have the ability to move. Now, on turn 3, I know for a fact that I will have ability to move. So I can only assume that, it's been changed again at some point to make it so that it's only on turn 3, which, that's neither here nor there. If that's the way they want to do it, that's fine. Um, all I have to do is just figure out what I want to do in between that time. And what I want to do is first thing I want to do is I want to move him up. And I want him to actually be right there. I want to move them up. HQ. What is he doing? I want to move him up as well. I want to move him there. I'm going to move these HQs. This one can't be moved. Can this one? Yes, he can be moved. I will move him there. I don't suppose I can even move him on rail. No. So anyway, this guy's going to be out of range of his HQ. This guy can move. That's Stavka. I want to move these 2 units. I need to get them down here, actually. Or wait a minute. There's actually another place I want to be as well. Let's put them on rail. Now let's just put one here. Take him off rail, and then we'll put him here. Take him off rail. Create I think I'm going to. How many? Yep. So I am going to make a couple of fortified regions. That sure is real expensive, so I don't, can't be doing too much of that. Leningrad's okay. This area is not the best of areas. They don't really have any movement points. I can move them. We'll move him here. Take him off train. I can't use up too much of my rail points, because if I do, I will not be able to move my factories on turn 3. He has no more movement. What is this guy's combat power of 1? Let's move him. So now we're starting to kind of. Let's put him there. Now we're starting to kind of build a kind of a defensive line to offset this, because it looks like they're coming through pretty easily here. I don't want that to happen, obviously. What's he doing? Oh, he's a 6. Maybe I should put him. Let's put him there. Let's put his HQ there. Let's move him back as well. We'll move him there. I mean, we can leave those guys there. You can't move all of them back. You got to do some. I forget what the term they called it, but it, the players refer to it as checkerboard strategy, but it's, I forget what they called it in what I read, but it's not called, that's not its official name, obviously. Let's move him here. So he has a fortified unit there. Let us move him here. These guys. We'll move him there. We'll move that guy there. We will move him there. And I really can't get them any further over here, but as you can see, the zone of control is probably going to not necessarily completely stop them, but at least get them to the point where there is a, what does it say? He's on refit status. He's on refit status. I want these guys to have a chance to at least have some kind of cohesive defense. And as it stands right now, I don't. But of course, it's only turn 2. But we don't want to we don't really want to get these guys into a situation where I can't get them out, because if I do that, I'm, especially the HQs. The rest of this, obviously, let's turn this on again. No, I don't want to do that. I want to show. What's going on here? Let's move him back. What are these guys doing? There's a 0. That's not good. We just want to get these guys back. It looks like I can't move these, although I don't know why. Oh, zone of control, I guess. They got encircled, basically. That's it. Two HQs. I don't really want to lose them. So, yeah. He's unready. So we'll put him back on refit. Yeah, I'm kind of I'm kind of shooting from the hip really on a lot of this stuff. I don't know if I'm doing the absolute correct thing, but see, that's a 0. Let us put him here. That's 2 HQs. That's another HQ. What is he doing? Oh, I already moved him. What's he doing? Um, why does that say 0? Fortification 0. Is it because it's still building up? Let's put him there just for fun. Let's see. What do we have back here? We have a tank unit. What do we have here? And then these guys. These are airborne brigades. I didn't move that. So he is in a position to support them. I just get the feeling that these guys could be used somewhere else. How much strategic rail do I have? 57,000. I'm feeling a lot better about this, but where was that? Where were they? Where did he come from? Dagummit. Oh, I think it was here. Anyway, I'm feeling a lot better with this, what I'm doing. I think I'm possibly getting these guys situated. Oh, take him off train. Get off train. Unload from train. What does it say? I thought I had 68. Alright, well, we'll be able to take him off the train next turn, I guess. And then we will move him here. And he's on a train as well. Okay. I wonder if it means strategic points at the headquarters level. Probably. That's another thing I think you gotta think about. I saw that there was some things some things in the manual talking about command points for commanders, which I wasn't sure. I didn't realize they used in this game, but I'm sure it sounded like it was very similar to the Age-Odd games, where if if you overload a commander more than his command points, then his division or whatever suffers because of it. So let's see. This is kind of cluttering up the map. Let's open this back or clear that up a little bit. Let's move him back one. Actually, let's move him back here. That's they'll attack across the river. Although I've noticed that the AI is very intelligent in the way it likes to. It won't attack you across the river unless absolutely necessary. If it can get across the river and then attack you land to land, it'll do it, and it's pretty good at that. So let's see, what else do I want to do here? I want to get him across the river. These guys, actually, I need to get these guys back. Um, they're really not doing much. Way down there or way out there. So let's. He's on refit. He's on refit. Let's get these back a little bit. Let's at least get these guys across the river onto some defensible ground because they'll be coming. They're going to be coming. I already know that. Let's move. Why is he unready? Better not be unready. He has no movement points. He doesn't either. Damn. Okay. That's one reason why I haven't moved all these guys. So I'm feeling a little bit better about the situation. As I mentioned in my little update video, I did kind of watch where's a good place for him? I did kind of watch what the Germans were going to do in this next turn, which is kind of cheating, I know. But I am playing this as blind as I'm very blind playing this. I've never played the full campaign before, so you know, how much does it help me? It probably doesn't help me that much. It tells me what he does on this next turn, but it doesn't really tell me anything past this next turn. So and I wasn't doing it to find out what they were going to do. I was running the turn so I could see what factory movement looked like on turn 3, and of course factory movement was available on turn 3. That's why I decided that you can indeed move factories on turn 3. Well, let's move these guys back some. I don't want to move them too far back, but I do want to. So I'll get these guys. Oh, let's move them back. I want to get these guys across any river I can find. I've moved these guys. I moved them to this high area. What is it called? It says Minor River. No, wait a minute. Minor River to the southwest. It's rough terrain. So I'm trying to get them into areas where they'll be able to defend a little bit better. And what's going on here? Don't be unready. Actually, and I did talk about in my update a little bit about my RAM situation. I don't necessarily know if I really have a problem or if it's just one of those things where the game itself is causing the memory to leak, or it's actually using up 47% of the RAM. I wouldn't think it would use up that much RAM, but it's possible that it does. So what else do I want to do? What's up with these guys? These guys got their ass hanging out in the wind. Let's get them back. Yeah. What am I doing? I gotta make sure these guys survive. Some of them. He's probably not long for this world. I'm not going to put them on refit because they're toast. We'll get that guy as far back as possible. Did I remove him? No, I did not. Let's move him here. Can I undo that turn? Or that move? Yeah. I did not want to move him. I wanted to move him right here. So that way he'll be across the river. Of course, if he was right there, he'd be across a river too, but they'll have to attack out of swamp area, so hopefully their readiness will be pretty bad because of that. I'm not going to run the AI turn on this episode. I've got 7 minutes left. I don't think I'm going to do that. So let's just take a little bit of look at the info screens. I've lost 479,681 men. It's a lot. I don't think it's anywhere near the actual numbers that the Soviets lost, but I could be wrong on that. But 500,000 men, and I think the total manpower across the full war was probably something in the amount of 10 million men or more, probably. So I don't think that 500,000 is going to put too much of a dent. AFVs 3,400, but most of them are, as we mentioned before, this T-26, which is one of the worst tanks I have. I think its main armament is a 45 millimeter gun, which can't hardly penetrate anything the Germans have. Once I start moving these factories and hopefully getting them up to speed, they'll start, really pumping out some of these better KV-1s, KV-2s, T-34s. Maybe even some of the Joseph Stalin type tanks, the heavy tanks that are, I think, late war type tanks that are really, really good. Guns. Oh, this is aircraft, I guess. No, that's not aircraft, is it? Let's see. Is it? Was it some reason? Let's just know that I've lost a lot of aircraft. So the air doctrine, I'm not really going to change too much with that. Uh, Here's something that's interesting. Oh no, wait a minute. That's not the interesting one. Uh, Here we go. This is interesting. Now, the Germans have withdrawals, but I don't think that the Soviets have too many withdrawals. This is going to tell us when we will see new units. Um, that's a pretty good amount of units on the next turn, I think. 7-3, 1941. Yeah, that's the next turn on turn 3. So I'm getting more units, and I actually can build a unit if I want to. But I don't want to do too much building units. It's Shift B. Let's see. I thought it was Shift B. Okay, it is. That's a hell of an admin cost. I only have 68 points. A rifle division is 40 points. That would kill all my admin points. I'm not going to do it right now. But it's something to keep in mind that at some point I do need to probably build some units. Admin points are going to be very scarce, especially in the early game. As you could see, building a fortified unit cost me 16 admin points. So, you know, I doubt I want to build too many more of those. This is the area around Smolensk, and I'm trying to kind of build a fortified area. Actually, let's put him that. Oops. Sorry. Let's put him there, and him there. There. And we'll put the HQ right in Gomel so that it's in range of the other units. But it's you kind of got to watch this area because they might try to do a little sneak and run right around here, right at the edge of the swamps, and make sure that they can't just run through there without any trouble whatsoever. I'm going to keep these guys back here just in case I need to move them up or move them down. I'm not going to do too much else with them. We'll just keep them kind of in a reserve formation right now. Of course, it probably doesn't make too much sense keeping them in a reserve formation here behind the swamps where they're probably not going to be needed, but it's kind of in a center, and so I can move them down below the swamps or up above the swamps as needed. I'm starting to feel a lot better about this area because I've got a feeling that based on what I saw in turn when I executed the turn, the Germans are going to be coming right through this area, hell bent for leather. So anyway, I think I'm going to call this episode to a close. Next turn we'll execute the AI turn, and my turn. Well, I guess it nothing of mine actually happens. It'll be the AI's turn 3 is what will happen when I click end turn for me. So I will see you next time. Thanks a lot.